Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Grads, you may be seated. Stage, you may be seated. I'm Aaron McKenzie. I'm the proud principal of J. Lloyd Crowe, and I'll be your MC tonight to begin this great celebration for the convocating class of 2023. I'm going to ask our Indigenous support workers, Ms. Kim Robinson and Tally Robinson, to come up and lead us in a land acknowledgement.
We would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded Tumulao homeland of the Sinaiaks peoples. We feel privileged and grateful to be here and honor the ongoing presence of Sinaiaks on the land. We are mindful of how we carry ourselves today so as to demonstrate our intentions to honor this land, water, and all beings.
Thank you, Kim and Tally. Now I'd like to call up the fabulous Seti Rashidinam to lead us in the singing of O Canada. Please stand. Thank you, Seti. That was beautiful. We'll just go through a few quick introductions of some VIPs on the stage. So when I mention your name, if you can just wave from your seats, that would be great. To my left, Ms. Catherine Shear, who's the Superintendent of School District 20. Steve Piccolo, Trustee, School District 20. He's a popular guy. Mayor Colleen Jones from City of Trail. Our esteemed guest speaker, Peter Fulman. And we have our presenters this evening, Miss Sam Levick and Miss Dion Deadmarsh. And also the greatest VP team around, Miss Christine Bird and Miss Dara Waterstreet. Now, I realize everyone here has probably memorized the schedule of events, the exact order. I made a promise to this grad class that we would be done in 2 hours and 3 minutes. We might have to push it out to 2 hours and 7 minutes. But in education, we are used to change, to pivoting, especially in lesson plans. So I'd now like to change up the order of events and ask our superintendent, Catherine Shear, to say a few words.
Well, let's see. I think you got it. Perfect. Hi, everyone. I'm Catherine Shears, Superintendent of Schools, and it's an absolute honor to be here tonight to offer congratulations from School District 20 to the JL Crowe class of 2023. As I reflected on thoughts to share with you tonight, my mind moved to thoughts of change and acceptance. We know change is constant, and today marks a day of change for you and your families. Lao Tzu said, "Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like." I'm excited for all of you as you let change flow forward for you. I hope you enjoy the adventure. But for the moms in the audience, I'm going to be in your seat next year, and this quote kind of bugged me because I don't really like to change. But sometimes we want to resist change, but it's not because we're not so proud. We are, and I know your families are so proud of you in this moment. And then I thought about acceptance and how we all are working on finding self-acceptance and accepting others. And in those moments, when we give ourselves that grace, we're able to handle the changes that life brings us. I find a lot of comfort in words, so I like to share a few from Richard Wagamese and his book, Embers. He says, "When there is a crack in my mirror, I can't see myself as I am. All I see is the crack. The crack tells me that there is something wrong with me, that I am not enough, and that is how others see me too. It's not a question of finding a better mirror. It's about seeing beyond the crack. I am not, nor will ever be perfect, but I don't need to live for approval. I need to live for acceptance and the joy in the unique, worthy, lovable, beautiful, sacred being that I am, and to celebrate the same thing in others. That is seeing beyond the crack. I'm learning to love my imperfections. In the end, they make me who I am in all my flawed glory." May all of you see beyond the crack in the mirror and find acceptance and accept others in all our flawed glory. So as we move forward at this moment of change, I'm looking forward to congratulating each of you in your beautiful, worthy, lovable, and unique flawed glory as you cross the stage. Congratulations to the class of 2023.
Thank you, Ms. Shearer. I'm just going to take a few moments here and speak with the grads. Two major points, and it's a bit funny when I was preparing my principal's message. I've been in education for 32 years, and all you could come up with was 2 points. But I realized that you don't want to hear me speak, you want to listen to our guest speaker, and you want to listen to Jesse. So first off, I'd like to acknowledge the challenges and the successes that both our students and parents and also our staff go through each school year. I believe it is really very necessary to show gratitude for the wins, but also the struggles in your life. I know it's easy to like the things that you were good at, and we usually do not enjoy the things that challenge us. But please remember that the difficult times, that's a good teacher. There is strength in learning in that journey. Secondly, my hope is that you strive to seek more. As individuals within the walls of the school, you are motivated to take chances, academically, socially, physically, and creatively. Now, you must bring that drive outside of that structured setting. Go and create opportunities. Future adventures may bring results that make you reassess what you were doing and what you stand for. But remember, those successes are achieved often through failure. And failure should not be treated as an end, but a time to recreate a plan so you can move forward and succeed. I hope, grade 12s, that you can look back at your years and all years of school and recall the experiences that have helped to define you. Being in high school is a very unique and memorable experience. Rarely in life will you be immersed in an environment with such a concentration of similar-aged people working towards a common goal. Remember, if you don't like that aspect of your life, as you move forward, make a plan and change it for the better. So congratulations to our graduates in this incredible time. Get out there and experience it. Take with you the attributes of integrity, honesty, grit, and kindness. And I'm going to wrap this up with a great quote from Leslie Higgins, Ted Lasso, Season 3. Perfection is all around, but human beings are never going to be perfect. The best we can do is keep asking for help, accepting it when you can, and if you can do that, you will always be moving forward to be better. Thank you. That's it. Huge applause, please.
Okay, I thought Mr. McKenzie was coming later in the program. So we're gonna have to just backtrack a moment here to say there's another big change occurring tonight. As you all know, Mr. McKenzie, the principal of Jail Crowe Secondary, is retiring at the end of this school year. Mr. McKenzie has given 32 years of service to the students, families, and staff of School District 20. So please give him a round of applause for his final address as principal.
Thank you, Ms. Scherer. And I would like to now call up Piccolo, the trustee.
I promised quite a few people I'd make this short, so I'm going to. But I have some points I'd like to just pass on to the grad class. On behalf of the Board of Education trustees, I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you on this momentous occasion. Graduating from high school is a significant milestone in your lives. We are proud of you and all that you have accomplished. As you move forward in the next chapter of your lives, we encourage you to continue to pursue your dreams and aspirations with passion and determination. Remember that the education you received at Jail Crowe has equipped you with skills and knowledge necessary for you to succeed in whatever path you choose. We also want to remind you that you're not alone in this journey. Your teachers, your parents, your entire community are here to support you as you navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Also, we want to express our gratitude to the Jail Crowe staff for their dedication and commitment to providing you with a quality education. We are confident that you will continue to make us proud as you go into the world and make your mark. Finally, I'd like to pass on 10 points for you to follow. This is my advice to the grads. Number one, embrace change. The The world is consistently evolving, and it's important to adapt and be open to new ideas and new experiences. Number 2, pursue your passions. Find out what you love to do and pursue it with all your heart. This will bring you fulfillment and happiness for the rest of your life. Number 3 is to set goals. Set achievable goals for yourself and work towards them. This will give you the direction and purpose in your life. Number 4 is to be resilient. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, but it's important to bounce back and keep moving forward. Number 5, build strong relationships. Surround yourself with positive and supportive people who will encourage you and inspire you to be the best. Number 6, take risks. Don't be afraid to take calculated risks. Step out of your comfort zone. This will help you grow and learn new things. Number 7 is practice gratitude. Be grateful for what you have and anticipate the small things in life. This will help you stay positive and optimistic. Number 8, keep learning. Never stop learning and growing. Read books, take courses, seek out new experiences, and expand your knowledge and skills. Number 9, and I think this is a very important one, is always to give back. Use your talents and resources to make a positive impact in the world. Helping others will bring you a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And lastly, number 10, believe in yourselves. Have confidence in your abilities and believe that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. Once again, congratulations, class of 2023. Very proud of you guys.
Thank you, Steve. I would now like to call upon Mayor Colleen Jones.
Just a little bit. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be here tonight to honor the graduating class of 2023. I bring sincere congratulations and best wishes from the Trail City Council. During the evening, you're going to be wished many things. Here are some of my wishes for you. Always remember how you got here and now. With the love and support of your family, friends, and teachers, never forget that. Always be true to who you are. Don't be someone you're not. Never forget that. Always use your given talents and skills to the fullest and make a difference in someone else's life. In other words, give back, and never forget that. Always remember your roots and where you come from and be proud of it, and never forget that. Again, our very best wishes for your future. Have a great weekend. Make memories you'll cherish always, and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Jones. I would now like to call up Gabe Snyder to introduce our guest speaker.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, our excellent faculty and staff, as well as my fellow graduates. Today I stand before you with one simple but important purpose: to introduce a very special guest. Mr. Peter Fallman is a JL Crowe graduate with the class of 1982. He is an esteemed businessman and entrepreneur. Peter's family has a strong local business history as owners and operators of Bon-Ton Menswear. Mr. Fallman first began working in the internet space in 1989, developing some of the first online national real estate portals in North America. Considering the internet wasn't really accessible by the public until 1993, Mr. Fallman was in right at the beginning. In 1998, he co-founded Exacx Transactions, a payment processing company that handles billions of dollars in transactions every year. Today, he is both their CEO and their president. In 2013, he founded and is currently the CEO of Telemetry TV, branded the most powerful cloud-based digital signage toolkit. Mr. Peter Fallman is also an accomplished musician. He's both a drummer and a bass player. Peter has a strong attraction to the racetrack in his limited spare time. He's the owner of a variety of sports cars and supercars, and we hope he drove one here today from Vancouver. We truly appreciate the time that he has taken for our grad class from his incredibly busy schedule, and so without further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Peter Fallman.
Ladies and gentlemen, faculty members, some old friends I'm sure, and especially you, the graduating class of 2023. Thank you. I am honored to be here and speak today. Graduates, good news. You did it. Congratulations. An amazing achievement. Oh my God, I can't. Oh, sorry, this just in. It's for your graduates. It says, shit's gonna start getting real now. For the rest of us watching, it's gonna be amazing to see what you guys are gonna do. You're about to embark on a new chapter filled with infinite possibilities. I've always loved that saying, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. You're going to have to make some choices. You're going to have to make a plan. Some of you may have a plan of what you're going to do. Some of you are maybe not sure yet. Some of you are maybe just winging it at this point. It's all right. It's like a great lyric from one of the rock bands I loved growing up. The lyric goes, you know, sorry. My speech goes by. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. So if you haven't got a plan, don't worry, you'll figure it out. But right now, whatever you decided, it's your plan and it's your time. So this is your time now. Just a note on your time. I'll recall another lyric from a song ironically called Time. And the lyric goes, and then one day you find 10 years have gone behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. Nice. So you'll appreciate as you get older that time is life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new, and right now, the new is you. You're brand new high school graduates. You're beginners again. So when you're a beginner, you're less sure about everything. It seems daunting, and for sure there will be challenges and twists and turns. But as you'll find throughout your life, during these times of change, you get to redefine yourselves. So take advantage. You get to adapt, you get to grow. Some of that's not painless, but it's good to do it. So consider, as you guys step forward now into your unknown, you get to carry all the lessons that you've learned, these great folks, your friends, your family, all the relationships you've built with friends and family, and all the experience that you've acquired up till now. These are not small things. Be fearless knowing this in the face of change. Now, occasionally, there's a reason to have some fear out there. There are situations, maybe even some people you have to be wary of, the proverbial wolf in sheep's clothing. But in my experience, it's almost always sheep in sheep's clothing. So bet yourself. Get your plan, stick to it. Fear's not great for making decisions. Life's going to be hard, and at times you may find yourself every once in a while through a setback, down on one knee taking an injury time out. Everyone fails. You're going to fail. I've had some epic failures. Great drama, great comedy. But failure's not how you're going to get measured. It's not that you're going to get knocked down. Don't worry, you're going to get knocked down. It's how you get back up. That's how you're going to get measured. So, when you get knocked down, take a knee, gather yourself, and then get back up. As it was said, be resilient. When I was sitting where you are, a relieved, somewhat proud high school graduate, I had a plan. I had a lot more hair. Seriously, I did, and you need to know this to understand the plan. The plan A, was to become a literal rock star. I love music, I was passionate about it, so it seemed pretty obvious. Form a band, tour the world, sign a lucrative recording contract, make tons of money, and retire. That was the plan I had sitting where you are. I think in grade 12 I weighed 155 pounds. So after I formed a band, and I toured between Fruitvale and the North Okanagan, the band broke up. And I returned home at 122 pounds. Plan A, it failed. It ended, as they say, in tears. And yes, I had to take a knee. So after some time with Mom and gaining weight back and coming to terms with my failure of Plan A, I got back up and started to form Plan B. And when I was out touring, it's kind of amazing. I met a guy who inspired me, together with my family, to go into business for myself. And why not open a music store and a recording studio? I mean, I was so successful at being a rock star, why not try to make other rock stars in my very own recording studio? Again, it seemed like a great plan. So 8 years later, lots of stress, lots of life lessons learned, amazing amount of people. My wife and I became parents of 2 amazing boys. But despite our best efforts, I was unable to make a rock star. And so I was back down on one knee again. Plan B had failed. Now I've lost my space on my sheet, in my speech. So, as it turned out, I met a really interesting guy in the studio. And he encouraged me, again together with my family, to try Plan C, which was computer consulting in Vancouver. And that wasn't totally successful either. But after 5 years, I met my business partner, and together we launched a successful company. And so many plans later, many lessons learned, many amazing people, and yes, after a few more injury timeouts, I find myself here in 2023, the same place where I graduated in 1982. I started as a rock star, and I found success as a tech entrepreneur. Plans change. In my experience, if you pay attention, life will teach you incredible lessons, introduce you to incredible people. If you are working hard, and I'm not sure this is taught in school, but if you're working hard and honestly trying, people, successful, experienced people will help if you ask. You're not in this alone. We're social animals. Now, it's possible you'll find yourself in some completely brand new novel situation, but chances are you're going to be experiencing something that someone else experienced. So work hard, work smart, and then ask for help. People will help. I was asked by an old friend to come and speak here today. I'd love to tell you that I said yes immediately. I was certainly humbled and honored to speak, but actually I said I need a few weeks to think about it. And I thought, no, I'm super busy. I got a million things going on. I had other plans, essentially. So I called to tell him that, I don't think I could do this. And he excitedly, before I could say anything, interjected that his mom, Joan, who was like a second mother to me growing up in Warfield, was super excited to see me. Guess what? Plans change. And I'm honored to be here. Joan, I can't wait to get a beer with you. Your plans are going to change. You're going to see more change than any of us who went before you. You've already endured and adapted through COVID, and I'm sure you'll adapt and thrive in the coming age of artificial intelligence. I know for sure all of you are smarter than this 1982 graduate who wanted to become a rock star. So congratulations, class of 2023. May you embrace change, find purpose, thrive in a life of fulfillment and engagement. Thank you.
Gabe Snyder will now present a gift to our guest speaker. Right about now. Don't worry, Gabe, I bought it and wrapped it.
Are you ready? It's your turn. It is a pleasure to take part in the presentation of scholarships and awards. The people seated on the stage are here today to recognize and reward those members of the class of 2023 who have displayed leadership abilities, academic excellence, exceptional skill development, community service, and have demonstrated a high quality of performance. We are very proud of the achievements of all of the students of the class of 2023. Our donor group represents 96 community contributors or organizations for a total of 196 awards and scholarships. These awards will be distributed to 82 members of the graduating class. The scholarships, awards, and prizes have total value of $155,575. We have a very generous community. It will be our pleasure to announce the presenter and winner of each award. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Dion Deadmarsh and Miss Samantha Levitt, who will introduce our graduating class and announce the winners of our awards.
Jessie Graves. In the fall, Jessie will be attending the engineering program on UBC's Okanagan campus. He would like to thank his family, teachers, friends, and co-workers who have helped to shape him into the wonderful person he is today. He will miss you all. He is the recipient of the Environmental Studies Award, presented by Trail Wildlife Association by Miss Donna Hebert, the Jail Crowe Grads of 2021 Legacy, presented by Miss Fiona Martin, the RDKB Area A Fallen Firefighters Memorial Award, presented by Miss Fiona Martin, and the School District Number 20 District Authority Award. Gabriel Schneider. It's Gabe Schneider. He is attending the University of Saskatchewan in the fall. He would like to remind fellow students that he still has root beer available if they are interested. He is the recipient of the Elsie Stanton and Anne Welsh Family Scholarship, donated by Mr. Harry Stanton and presented by Ms. Tanya LaFont, the Jail Crowe Grads of 2019 Legacy, presented by Mr. Jackson Waterstreet, and the Kiwanis Club Bursary, presented by Mr. Chris Valanich. Ryder Adams. Ryder's planning on taking a gap year. He's already missing barging in on Percy and Sturpin's outdoor ed class and working in the Crowe Way during lunches. He'd like to thank Mr. V for pushing him to be better and Mr. Morset for the jokes to disrupt Miss Owanku's English classes. Isabella 80. A gap year and traveling are in Izzy's future. She is excited to move on to the next chapter of her life, but she will miss all of her friends that she has made along the way. Olivia 80. Olivia will be attending Thompson Rivers University in the fall for a bachelor's degree in science. She is looking forward to starting the next phase of her life, but will miss her friends and family. She is the recipient of the Royal Canadian Legion No. 11 Bursary, presented by Mr. Terry McKinney, and the West Kootenay Toy Run Association Bursary, presented by Mr. Alan Pro.
Xander Bankus. Xander is going to the University of Calgary next year, where he will be taking general studies. He will also be coaching skiing at Lake Louise on weekends. Xander is excited to have new experiences and meet new people. He is the recipient of the Dan Burnett Community Spirit Nelson and District Credit Union Scholarship, presented by Miss Fiona Martin, the Howie Fishwick Memorial Scholarship, donated by the Leroy Community Foundation and presented by Ms. Heather Brandfold, the Roslyn Rotary Mike Pistak Memorial Scholarship, presented by Ms. Fiona Martin, the Royal Canadian Legion Branch No. 14 Bursary, presented by Ms. Kim LaFond and Mr. Ray Van den Nieuwenhof, and he is also the recipient of the School District No. 20 District Authority Award. Samuel Bartlett. In the fall, Sam plans to move to Kelowna, where he will spend time working and saving money. In the future, he hopes to study culinary management and open another successful rustic crust. He would like to thank his homies and wish his classmates well in their future. Callum Baxter. Callum is going to Selkirk College to study engineering next year before heading to UBCO to finish his Bachelor's of Engineering degree. He thanks Mr. Percy and Mr. Sturpin for a great time in Outdoor Adventure Academy and Miss Rathbun for passing him in Spanish. He is the recipient of the Parent Advisory Council Scholarship, presented by Ms. Tammy Cox, and the Selkirk College Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Sophia Beidel. Sophia is off to Kamloops and Thompson Rivers University in the fall to study health science. She is excited for this next chapter and is thankful for all the memories made during her time at Crowe. She is the recipient of the Cristoforo Colombo Lodge Scholarship, presented by Ms. Sarah Rathbun, the Kootenay Boundary Physicians Association Award, presented by Dr. Carolyn Stark, and the Sisters of Colombo Scholarship, presented by Ms. Shannon Morris. Trinity Bell. Trinity plans to attend the University of British Columbia for a degree in computer science. She is excited to obtain her dual dogwood, but will miss Mr. Sturpin's accusations of war crimes, being Ms. Awanku's dedicated tech support, and arguing with Mrs. Starsner in class. Kumbaya, everyone. She is the recipient of the Gold Rush Bookstore Scholarship, presented by Ms. Donna Hebert, and the Local 480 United Steelworkers Scholarship, presented by Mr. Chris Walker. Noah Best. Noah is excited to be heading off to BCIT to take their Structural Engineering Graphic Technician program in the fall. He wishes all of his classmates the best in their future.
Austin Bolin. Austin plans to continue down the path of filmmaking with prospects in Vancouver. He's very tired and looks forward to a nice, long nap. He'll miss being the guy from the announcements of Jail Crowe. He is the recipient of the Grads BC Photography Scholarship, presented by Ms. Donna Hebert, and the Western Communities Foundation's Exceptional Achievement Citation, presented by Ms. Sarah Rathbun. Brooklyn Boucher. Brooklyn spent this year in Nelson and is proud to say that she has successfully completed her Level C welding course. She is excited to see what her future holds. Caden Boudreau. Caden plans to stay in the area for a year and then move to Calgary to pursue a degree in chemical engineering. There are many things he will miss about the school, but none more than the memories made playing music in the band room with his friends and fellow bandmates. Rylan Bocock. Rylan is planning to take a year off of school to travel, save money, and experience more of the world before heading to university to pursue her degree in education. After getting her degree, she plans to find a job as a high school art teacher, just like her favorite teacher and mentor, Mr. Winkers. Samantha Boychuk. Sammy plans to take a gap year before pursuing a career in nursing. She is still sorry that her dog ate her chemistry homework and offers her apologies to Mr. Whitley. She is the recipient of the Jail Crowe Leadership Award presented by Ms. Shannon Morris. Logan Bradford. Next year, Logan plans to move to Kelowna to play baseball for the Okanagan Athletics, while pursuing a Bachelor of Science at Okanagan College. He would like to wish his fellow grads the best of luck in their futures. He is the recipient of the Blaine Hutchinson Sports Volunteer Scholarship, donated by the Beaver Valley Boys Weekend and presented by Ms. Shannon Morris, the Garrett Horrible Memorial Award, presented by Mr. Jackson Waterstreet, and the Greater Trail Minor Hockey Award, presented by Ms. Shannon Morris.
Jada Brennan. This September, Jada will be at the University of Calgary, starting her journey towards a bachelor degree in science. She will really miss seeing her friends every day and all the fun times they had together. She is the recipient of the CUPE Bursary 1285, presented by Ms. Tammy Cox, and the Jail Crowe Grads of 1967 Legacy, presented by Ms. Tanya LaFond. Brooke Broadhurst. The fall will find Brooke at Selkirk College taking integrated environmental planning. She is excited to see what the future holds and wishes her fellow classmates all the best in their futures. She is the recipient of the RDKB Area B Old Glory Fallen Firefighters Memorial, presented by Ms. Linda Worley. Ethan Brunton. Ethan is headed to the flatlands of Saskatchewan in September to study at the University of Saskatchewan. He graduated with his dual dogwood and is thankful that Madame Martin put up with him for that long. He is the recipient of the Rotary Club of Trail Scholarship, presented by Ms. Fiona Martin. Sophie Bryden. Next year, Sophie is excited to be furthering her education in environmental science and sustainability at Selkirk College. She will miss being able to see her friends every day, but she is excited to make new connections. She is the recipient of the Selkirk College Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Connor Jaden Coquette. Connor will be working for a while and hopes his full-time job works out. He will always remember the time he flipped Mr. Percy in a canoe during a training camp. Nate Caputo. Nate is enrolled in the Selkirk College's Associate Science program next year. He is looking forward to spending his summer camping and fishing and is excited to start the next chapter of his academic career. He wishes all the best to his fellow graduates. He is the recipient of the Beaver Valley Lions Scholarship, presented by Ms. Fiona Martin, the Kootenay South Youth Soccer Scholarship, presented by Ms. Catherine Ellison and Mr. Ray Gusford, the Seven Summits Bursary, presented by Ms. Donna Hebert, and the Daphne Hamilton Memorial Entrance Scholarship, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford.
Lex Carr. Lex has spent this semester in Nelson in the Youth Train in Trades electrical program. While he enjoyed his time at Crowe, he has really enjoyed his time in post-secondary and can't wait to enter the workforce and start his future working full-time. He is the recipient of the Katrine Conroy MLA Bursary, presented by Ms. Sarah Rathbun, and the Tech Trail Operations Scholarship, presented by Ms. Jane Gary. Savannah Causey. Graduating with a host of memories and friends, Savannah will be leaving Trail to attend TRU in Kamloops. She will miss the friends she has made here and is excited to start a new chapter. Savannah will be working towards a Bachelor of Science as a first step towards med school at UBC. Ava Charbonneau Kidd. Ava is graduating, and in the upcoming year will be venturing into the big, wide cosmos. He found school to be pleasant enough and that each person in the school was intriguing. So it is his hope that everyone notice the intricate details of the ward. They are presented with the James Harlamov's Memorial Award, presented by Ms. Heather Branfold, and the Taylor Legacy Fund Bursary, presented by Ms. Fiona Martin. Michael Chardulo. Michael says that he will miss his favorite class, metalwork, his favorite teacher, Mr. Smythe, and is going to miss being able to see his friends each and every day. Matthew Clark. Matthew plans on completing his first year of plumbing at Okanagan College and working towards getting Red Seal certified. He hopes to get an apprenticeship in Kelowna this fall. He'll always remember the fun times with the boys and plans on making more memories in the future. He is the recipient of the Kootenay Columbia Teachers Union Scholarship presented by Miss Delia Downing, the Schneider's Building Supplies Award presented by Miss Sarah Rathbun, and the School District No. 20 District Authority Award. James Clark. In the fall, James will attend BCIT to study mining technology and mineralogy and is thankful for everyone who was nice enough to wake him up when he nodded off. He sends a special thank you to Mr. V and Mr. Winkers, who never made him sleepy in the first place. He is the recipient of the Harold Fishwick Memorial Scholarship, donated by the Leroy Community Foundation and presented by Miss Heather Brandvold, the Kootenay Columbia Teachers Union Scholarship presented by Miss Delia Downing, and the School District No. 20 District Authority Award.
Jada Klassen. Jada is heading to Victoria in the fall and plans on attending the Engineering Graphics program at Cominco College. She is excited to start the next chapter of her life and would like to thank her family and friends for getting her to where she is today. She is the recipient of the Quiet Achiever Scholarship, donated by the J.L. Crowe 2022 Grad Parent Executive and presented by Ms. Fiona Martin. Josie Clayton. Josie will be taking a gap year and is excited to be taking some time to travel and work before she moves down to Vancouver to pursue her career in interior design. Oliver Clement. Ollie says he does not plan to graduate as he enjoys seeing Mr. Morissette every day. However, if he accidentally graduates, he will be pursuing an Associates of Science degree at Selkirk College whilst attempting to make it to the next level of hockey. He is the recipient of the Joseph Nacarado No. 10 Memorial Award, donated by the Nacarado family and presented by Ms. Fiona Martin. He is also the recipient of the School District No. 20 District Authority Award. Evan Connolly. Evan would like to extend a thank you to all of the adults who helped him through his final year of high school and to his family who gave him their constant support. Jack Coolweir. Jack will be taking some time before attending piloting school in Ontario. He will be working and gaining experience for his new life ahead of him. Tyler Dalton. Tyler will be attending McGill University next year for a degree in the sciences. He would like to wish all of his fellow graduates the best of luck in the future. He is the recipient of the Howie Fishwick Memorial Scholarship, donated by the Leroy Community Foundation and presented by Ms. Heather Banful. Zoe Davies. Zoe will be attending UBC Okanagan next year to begin her first year in the Bachelor of Arts program with plans to major in psychology. She will miss seeing her friends every day, but is excited to start a new chapter of her life. She is the recipient of the CUPE Local 2087 bursary, presented by Ms. Karen Halifax, the Kootenai Savings Community Foundation bursary, presented by Mr. Keith Smythe, the Mercer Selgar bursary, presented by Ms. Irene Preto, and the West Kootenai Toy Run Association bursary, presented by Mr. Alan Prue.
Sentry Den Beeson. Sentry is going to Kelowna in the fall to pursue studies in criminology. She wants to thank her mother, father, and her brothers for their love and support, and Tracy in the office for always writing her the best late excuses. J.D. Dilling. At only 16 years old, JD is graduating a full year early and is on his way to a full-time industrial job, which starts first thing Monday morning. Josephine Diplock. Jojo plans to take a gap year to travel around the world and pursue her passions for mountain biking and skiing. Jojo would like to thank her friends, family, and teachers for supporting her throughout her high school experience. Freya Dixon Ruse. In the fall, Freya is attending the University of Victoria to pursue a major in theatre. She plans to continue to incorporate the arts into all aspects of her life. She wishes all of her fellow graduates the best on their next adventures. She is the recipient of the David Thompson Art Award, donated by the Osprey Community Foundation and presented by Ms. Tanya Lafon, the Rosalind Nearly Players Award, presented by Ms. Tanya Lafond, the Rosalind Light Opera Players Performing Arts Scholarship, donated by the Rosalind Light Opera Players, the Royal Canadian Legion Branch No. 14 Bursary, presented by Ms. Kim Lafond and Mr. Ray Vander Nieuwenhof, Trail Society for the Performing Arts Scholarship, donated by the Leroy Community Foundation, the School District No. 20 District Authority Award, and a University of Victoria Entrance Scholarship. Reese Drestoff. Reese will be attending Selkirk College in the fall to pursue her love of English. She will miss band and would like to thank Mr. V for the 4 years of fun. But she won't miss the 5 years of dad jokes. She is the recipient of the A.M. Ford Award, presented by Miss Shannon Morris. Josie Dunham. Josie is continuing her education at the University of Victoria for engineering. She plans to pursue her passion for field hockey while playing on the University of Victoria's varsity field hockey team. And she would like to thank her friends, coaches, and teachers for supporting her through her time at Crowe. She is the recipient of the Brian Patrician Memorial Basketball Scholarship, presented by Ms. Shannon Morris, the Dembicki Family Memorial Scholarship, donated by the Dembicki family, and the School District Number 20 District Authority Award.
Noah Elliott Adams. Noah will be attending the Recreation, Fish and Wildlife program at Selkirk next year, with hopes of pursuing a career in the outdoor industry. He is the recipient of the Métis Nation Award. Max Ernst. After graduation, Max plans to make money and make his parents proud. He would like to wish all of his fellow graduates the best of luck in the future. Alec Ferguson. Alec will be taking a gap year to pursue his passion of music. He is excited for this time and wishes all his classmates the best in everything they do. Kyle Fletcher. In the future, Kyle plans to attend the College of the Rockies to pursue a degree in kinesiology, with plans to eventually become a physiotherapist. Rowan Fossey. Rowan is grateful for all of his friends, family, and teachers that helped him get to where he is today. He is looking forward to traveling and furthering his education in the future. Andrew Fricky. Andrew is going to UVic in the fall to pursue his passion for computer science and programming. He has fond memories of, and certainly won't forget, being named a 2-time Halloween costume contest winner. Claire Fricky. Claire will be studying sciences at the University of Victoria in the fall. She is looking forward to this next phase of her life and thanks her family, friends, and the staff at Crowe for their support. She is the recipient of the Tech Trail Operations Scholarship presented by Ms. Jane Gary. Michaela Furman. Michaela is thinking of a few different career options and is taking a year to work and decide which will make her feel more fulfilled in life. She's looking forward to her future and where her next steps will take her. Joshua Grove. Josh has long-term goals of overthrowing Mrs. Deadmarsh and Mr. Morissette as the new, greatest, and most charming calculus teacher of all time. But in the immediate future, he will be taking a gap year to travel to South Africa, where he will swap out his frozen water surfing for the real thing. Noah Hakala. Noah is looking forward to being done school and is looking forward to working towards the requirements needed to become a mountain guide.
Kira Hallberg. Kira will be attending Selkirk College in the following years for a combination of psychology and nursing courses. Kira says she will miss biology classes with Mr. Whitley and the excitement of drama with Miss LaFont. Marcus Ham. Next year, during his time off of school, Marcus is going to travel around the world ski racing. Marcus would like to thank his friends and teachers for helping him be successful with his incredibly low attendance rate. When you are young, they assume you know nothing, but thanks to Mr. Payson, Marcus will be successful at any and all Joe Rogan-themed trivia nights. He is the recipient of the Susan Hazard Memorial, presented by Miss Fiona Martin, and the J.O. Crowe Grad Legacy Award, presented by Miss Sarah Rathbun. Megan Hancock. Megan is excited to be off to Nelson and Selkirk College's new Media and Digital Arts program. Yet, this strong math student has hesitations about leaving J.O. Crowe, as she will miss all of the staff and students. Alyssa Hannock. Next year, Alyssa will be working as she continues to soul search, trying to find a path that she looks forward to pursuing. She describes high school as a roller coaster, with highs that include art class and times with friends, and lows of drama and academic rigor. She would like to thank Mrs. Deadmarsh and Miss Waterstreet for ensuring she was here to walk the stage tonight. Emily Hansma. Emily will be attending Thompson Rivers University in Kamloops next year, where she will be taking her Bachelor of Science. She will miss seeing her friends every day, but is excited to see where the next few years will take her. She is the recipient of the City of Trail Award, donated by the City of Trail and presented by Mayor Colleen Jones, and the Kiwanis Club Bursary, presented by Mr. Chris Valanich. Max Harmsma. Max has decided to take a year off to work and to figure out his further education. Max would like to thank all of his teachers for their guidance and encouragement they gave him throughout the years. He is the recipient of the Kootenai Savings Community Foundation Bursary, presented by Mr. Keith Smythe. Tyrell Hogg. Tyrell completed his graduation requirements a semester early and has been out in the workforce. Eventually, he wants to make it to the MLS to become a professional referee.
Grace Holden. Grace has decided to pursue a bachelor's in business starting at Selkirk College. While she would have liked to have left the area, she forgot she needed money to make that happen. Grace is going to miss all of her friends who are leaving. She is the recipient of the Aspire Scholarship, donated by the Nelson and District Credit Union, presented by Ms. Donna Hebert, the Gloria Lynn Batt Memorial Scholarship Award, donated by Penny Fenton, and given by Mrs. Shannon Morris. She is also the recipient of the Selkirk College Board of Governors Early Entrance Award, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Alex Ikeda. Alex will be taking a gap year to travel and work before going to school to become a paramedic. She sends her thanks to everyone for an amazing year and wishes all of her fellow graduates good luck in everything that they do. Alice Ayas. Alice is excited to attend Selkirk College next year for an Associate of Arts in Creative Writing. They say their greatest accomplishment in high school is teaching themselves to fluently speak another language. She is the recipient of the Selkirk College Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Kyle Eisner. After graduation, Kyle will continue working full-time at Ferrero Foods, and he is looking forward to starting the next phase of his life. Carter Jansen. In the fall, Carter will be attending Selkirk College, studying business administration, with plans to pursue a degree in sports management. He would like to thank his friends, family, teachers, and coaches for supporting him throughout his high school career. He is the recipient of the Kootenay South Youth Soccer, presented by Ms. Sarah Rathbun, and the Selkirk College Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Reed Johansson. Reed spent this school year at Selkirk College studying welding through the Youth Train in Trades program. He is looking forward to getting a job as a welder and wants to thank Mr. Sturpin for teaching him that trees don't move. Lacey Johnson. After graduation, Lacey plans to enjoy the remainder of summer before finding a full-time job. She is forever grateful for the friendships she created in her years at Crowe and would like to thank her friends, family, and teachers for always being there for her and helping her along the way.
Shelby Johnson. Shelby plans to take a year off school to work, then go to Selkirk College in 2024. She is the recipient of the Beaver Valley Senior Citizens Branch No. 44 Award, presented by Miss Ann Deadmarsh. Alexis Jones. After graduation, Alexis is going to Selkirk College to study business administration. Alongside her studies, she plans to work as much as possible and put away some money along the way. Gracie Jones. Gracie is moving to Kelowna in the fall to pursue studies in psychology. She would like to thank her family and friends for getting her through the past 5 years, and Jody Jones for fueling her Starbucks addiction throughout high school. Nicholas Jones. At this time, Nick is unsure as to what the future has in store for him. One thing he is certain of is that he will miss his friends and classmates and wishes them all the best in the future. Jack Chelsis. At this time, Jack is unsure as to what the future has in store for him. One thing he is certain of is that he will miss his friends and classmates and wishes them all the best in the future. Trevor Knight. Trevor will be attending SAIT for power engineering, with hopes to continue playing hockey next year. He would like to thank his family and friends for all of their endless support. Jade Coe. Jade is going to attend Selkirk College's hairstyle program in Nelson. She would like to thank everyone for their amazing memories throughout these years together, and good luck to everyone. She is the recipient of the Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship from Selkirk College, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Jessie Coe. Jessie is going to study illustration at Ontario College of Art and Design through the University of Toronto. She wishes everyone the best of luck in their future endeavors. She is the recipient of the John and Lydia Arcandia Memorial Scholarship, donated by the Arcandia family and presented by Miss Delia Downing.
Tekezo Koire. Tekezo has spent this past semester at Selkirk in the Youth Train and Trades program. This has been a positive experience, and he plans to continue on this path and eventually get his carpentry red seal. Matthew Compa. Matthew will be moving to UBCO to pursue management and focus on entrepreneurship. He is looking forward to this new chapter in life and the opportunities it brings. He is the recipient of the Golden City Lions Club bursary, presented by Mr. Don Vinish, the Kootenai Columbia Principals and Vice Principals Association, presented by Ms. Tanya LaFond, and the St. Marguerite Bergiot Scholarship, donated by the Holy Trinity Parish Catholic Women's League and presented by Mrs. Elizabeth Stevens. Emily Koyanagi. Emily will be attending Selkirk College this upcoming fall for the Rural Pre-Med program. She is looking forward to her future in the medical field and would like to thank her friends and family for their continuous support. She is the recipient of the Kootenai Boundary Physicians Association Award, presented by Dr. Carol Stark, and the Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship from Selkirk College, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Ashton Lady. In September, Ashton will be attending NATE for engineering. He predicts that he will be the first person on Mars and is excited to meet all the new people and aliens on this adventure. He is the recipient of the Parent Advisory Council Scholarship, presented by Ms. Tammy Cox. Austin Lady. At this time, Austin is unsure as to what the future has in store for him. One thing is certain, he will miss all of his friends and classmates and wishes them all the best in the future. He is the recipient of the Aboriginal Education Award, donated by School District 20 and presented by Ms. Kim Robertson and Ms. Tally Robinson. Cassidy LaFond. Cassidy will be attending the Selkirk College Associate of Arts program next year and is happy to say she did not peak in high school. There is so much more to come. She is the recipient of the Helen Roberts Bryden Award in English, donated by Miriam Lancaster and Mary Lou Stewart, presented by Ms. Tanya LaFond, the Royal Canadian Legion Branch No. 14 bursary, presented by Mr. Kim LaFond and Mr. Ray Vanden Nieuwenhof, and the Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship from Selkirk College, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford.
Dakota Langell. Dakota intends to study business administration at Selkirk College in the fall, with the intention of enrolling in a university to pursue a Bachelor of Commerce, with a focus in marketing. Dakota is eager to begin this new phase of her life and would like to thank her family for the love and support and is grateful for the friendships she has made. Maestra Rathbun's Spanish class will always be a special memory for Dakota. She is the recipient of the Kootenai Savings Community Foundation bursary presented by Mr. Keith Smythe and the School District Number 20 District Authority Award. Jasmine Lankar. Jasmine will be attending a visual arts program this fall at Camosun College in Victoria, BC. She plans to learn, travel, and experience life to the fullest before her knees get worse than they already are. Faith Lattenville. Faith will be attending the University of Calgary this fall for the Law and Society undergraduate program. She hopes to become a lawyer in her future. She is very thankful for her friends and family's support. She is the recipient of the Mike Wilson Memorial Scholarship, donated by the Wilson family and presented by Mr. Doug Wilson, the Parent Advisory Council Scholarship, presented by Ms. Tammy Cox, and the Kevin Moley Memorial Scholarship, donated by St. Michael's Foundation, presented by Ms. Shannon Morris. Kyler Lehman. Kyler has mixed feelings about moving out of his house in September. On one hand, he is worried that, without his dog for protection, he will get attacked by bears. But on the other hand, he is excited to see where the world will take him. Aiden Lewin. Aiden spent this year at Selkirk in the Youth Train in Trades program and plans to continue his path in heavy-duty mechanics. He will be starting with his second year in Cranbrook this September through the College of the Rockies. Kendra Lightburn Morrow. Kendra plans to start her education at Selkirk College as she works towards getting her bachelor's in English and Latin literature, with plans to later become a book editor and travel the world.
Julia Macasso. Julia will be attending Selkirk College to take general sciences in the fall. She will then be going to either Vancouver or Victoria to achieve her goal of being a dental hygienist. She is very excited to start her new journey. She is the recipient of the Beaver Valley Lions Scholarship, presented by Ms. Catherine Ellison and Mr. Ray Gesford, the Beaver Valley, the Champions Hockey School Award, donated by Connor and Kellen Jones and presented by Mr. Jackson Waterstreet, the Chris Buccini Memorial Bursary, donated by the Trail Gymnastics Club and presented by Ms. Erin Shepard, the Crowe Way Award, presented by Ms. Donna Hebert, the Dick Nelson Scholarship, donated by Dick Nelson and presented by Ms. Sarah Rathbun, and the Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship from Selkirk College, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Hunter Mack. Hunter plans to continue to pursue his career in HVAC with a job with PowerTech before heading off to Thompson River University in the fall of 2024 to continue his education in this field. He is the recipient of the Aboriginal Education Award, donated by School District 20 and presented by Ms. Kim Robertson and Ms. Tally Robinson. Katie McCready. Katie will be studying at Selkirk College in the fall in their early childcare education program. She would like to thank her friends, family, and teachers, especially Mrs. Clark, Mrs. Browell, and Chantel, for helping her get through her years at Crowe. Lauren Melito. Lauren will be furthering her education in environmental and earth science next year at the University of British Columbia in Kelowna. She is grateful for all the memories and friendships she has made in the past 5 years and wishes the best to her fellow graduates. She is the recipient of the David Butler Live Life Well Memorial Scholarship, donated by the Leroy Community Foundation and presented by Ms. Heather Brandfold, the Local 480 United Steelworkers Bursary, presented by Mr. Chris Walker, and the West Kootenay Toy Run Association Bursary, presented by Mr. Alan Prue. Brody Martini. Brody is more than ready to move on to his next adventure. He plans to play another year of junior hockey before heading off to SAIT to take power engineering. He wishes his fellow grads all the best. He is the recipient of the Champions Hockey School Award, donated by Connor and Kellen Jones and presented by Mr. Jackson Waterstreet, and the Tech Trail Operations Scholarship, presented by Ms. Jane Gary.
Benjamin Mason. Ben is currently attending the Selkirk College Carpentry program in Nelson. He looks forward to seeing Mr. Smythe's golf cart out on the course and will miss seeing his friends, teachers, and his dad at Crowe. He is the recipient of the Construction, Maintenance, and Allied Workers Local 2300 Bursary, presented by Mr. Milt Davis, the Garrett Horrible Memorial Award, presented by Mr. Jackson Waterstreet, and the Kootenay Columbia Teachers Union Scholarship, presented by Ms. Delia Downing. Kyle McInnes. This fall, we'll find Kyle in Calgary in the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology's Electronics Technology Engineering program. He is looking forward to starting the next phase of his life. He is the recipient of the Neil Poloni Memorial Scholarship, donated by the City of Trail Council and presented by Mayor Colleen Jones. Isabella Meeks. Bella will be at Selkirk College next year in the business program. She would like to thank all of her teachers and family for helping her to get through the last couple of years. Bella would especially like to thank her best friend Emily for letting her wear all of her clothes. Grace Miller. Grace is excited to be attending the University of Victoria in September for Sciences. She will always remember the meaningful experience that she had while in Crowe, like meeting new people and participating in outdoor education. Going forward, she is excited to see what adventures await her. She is the recipient of the Columbia Basin Trust Youth Community Service Award, presented by Ms. Delia Downing, the Golden City Lions Club Bursary, donated by the Golden City Lions Club and presented by Mr. Don Vinish, and the School District No. 20 District Authority Award. Mercedes Moncrief. Mercedes is taking the first step towards her goal of becoming a dental hygienist by attending Okanagan College for dental assisting in the fall. She is the recipient of the Kootenay Savings Community Foundation Bursary, donated by Kootenay Savings and presented by Mr. Keith Smythe. Calvin Morrison. Calvin is looking forward to starting the next chapter of his life and will be moving to Fernie this summer to work. In the future, he will reminisce about all the good times he had with his friends and the shenanigans they got into.
Katie Mountain. Katie will be attending UBC Vancouver next year to study biomedical engineering. She will miss her friends, learning about the Kardashians in calculus, and will always be left wondering if snakes have bones. She is the recipient of the Dr. Elaine McLean Stefanelli Award, donated by the Stefanelli family and presented by Ms. Tanya LaFond, the Golden City Lions Club Bursary, presented by Mr. Don Vinish, the Konkin Health Science Award, donated by Dr. Dave Konkin and presented by Ms. Shannon Morris, the Mercer Selger Scholarship, presented by Ms. Irene Preto, and the School District No. 20 District Authority Award. Ross Muller. Ross plans on sticking around in the Coots to pursue his passion for carpentry. He spent the past semester at Selkirk, where he studied in the Youth Train and Trades program. He is graduating with his Level 1 carpentry apprenticeship already completed. Jasmine Needham. Jasmine plans to attend Okanagan College to become a dental assistant. She then plans to continue her education in hopes to become a dental hygienist. She is glad to be starting a new chapter of her life. She is the recipient of the Girl Guides Columbia District Award, donated by the Girl Guides of Columbia District and presented by Ms. Tammy Cox, and the Youth and Community Bursary, donated by the Greater Trail Community Skills Center and presented by Mrs. Sandy Orthias. Elijah Newell. Eli is proud of his accomplishments in the gym, especially his bench press. His favorite show, Breaking Bad, has inspired him to enroll at Selkirk College to study sciences, specifically in the field of chemistry. Ty Nigro. Ty leaves behind his many famous sayings that he used throughout his high school career. These included, "What did I miss?" "I'm not that late," and "I'm not that late, am I?" Elizabeth Nolasco. Elizabeth will be going to Selkirk College in the fall. This is the first step towards becoming an architect in the future. They are excited to see what the next chapter of their life brings.
Lena Obel. Lena will be attending Selkirk College and taking the electrical program. She would like to thank her teachers, classmates, and friends for the fun years she had at Crowe. She is the recipient of the Kootenai Columbia Teachers Union Scholarship, presented by Miss Delia Downing, the Kootenai South Youth Soccer, presented by Miss Sarah Rathbun, the Local 480s United Steelworkers Scholarship, presented by Mr. Chris Walker, the Royal Canadian Legion No. 11 Bursary, presented by Mr. Terry McKinney, the Youth in Community Bursary, donated by the Greater Trail Community Skills Center, presented by Mrs. Sandy Orthias, the Selkirk College Board of Governors Award, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford, and the School District No. 20 District Authority Award. Ethan Old. Ethan spent this school year at Selkirk College in Nelson in the Youth Train and Trades program, where he finished his Level C welding. He is currently working full-time as a welding fitter and hopes to be joining the 359 Boilermakers Union next year and working around the province. Abigail Olson. After graduating in Germany, Abby returned to Canada to graduate from high school a second time. Next year, she will be attending Selkirk College, and at this time is not quite sure what her future holds. Sophia Olson. Sophia is heading to Selkirk College in the fall to take in the Social Service Worker program in their Health and Human Services Department. She is looking forward to starting this next chapter in her life. Matea Palish. Matea is planning to attend Okanagan College in Kelowna and participate in their Pastry Arts Certificate program, with goals to one day work as a baker and own her own bakery. She is the recipient of the Bear Country Kitchen Award of Culinary Arts, presented by Miss Donna Hebert, the Carol McLean Beta Sigma Phi, presented by Miss Delia Downing, the Columbia Basin Trust Youth Community Service Award, presented by Miss Delia Downing, the Local 480 United Steelworkers Scholarship, presented by Mr. Chris Walker, and the Nona Sophia Culinary Arts Education Award, donated by the Pacente family, presented by Miss Delia Downing.
Emma Partridge. Emma plans to attend Selkirk College in the fall and eventually wants to become a dental hygienist. She is very thankful for her family, friends, and teachers who have helped her along the way. She is going to miss you all very much. She is the recipient of the Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, Selkirk College, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Casey Pilata. Casey plans to take a gap year to experience the world before heading into college for an engineering course. She reports that she will not miss Mr. Morissette's cheesy calculus jokes. She is the recipient of the Kiwanis Club bursary, donated by the Kiwanis Club of Trail and presented by Mr. Chris Flanich, and the Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, Selkirk College, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Nevaeh Peich. After a summer of traveling in Greece, Nevaeh is off to the University of British Columbia to study sciences. She is the recipient of the Harlamov's Indigenous Scholarship, donated by the Leroy Community Foundation, presented by Ms. Heather Brandvold, the Kiwanis Club bursary, presented by Mr. Chris Flanich, and the Royal Canadian Legion No. 11 bursary, presented by Mr. Terry McKimmey. Zachary Piccolo. The fall will find Zach studying at Selkirk College. He is excited to start the next chapter of his life and is looking forward to making new connections. Noelle Plamondon. Noelle intends to study humanities at the University of Victoria next year and is excited to experience island life. She wishes her peers all the best and would like to thank all the JL Crowe staff for their support. She spends a special shout out to Mr. Plamondon for driving her to school when she was late. She is the recipient of the Kootenai Columbia Teachers Union Scholarship, presented by Ms. Delia Downing, the Royal Canadian Mount Legion Branch number 14 bursary, presented by Mr. Kim LaFond and Mr. Ray Vanden Nieuwenhof, and the Smokettes Women's Hockey Team bursary, presented by Ms. Fran Cameron. Blake Plaxton. Blake will be attending the College of the Rockies next September to begin working on his Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Once completed, he plans to attend the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College to become a doctorate in chiropractics. He is the recipient of the Local 480 United Steelworkers Bursary, presented by Mr. Chris Walker, and the Royal Canadian Legion number 11 bursary, presented by Ms. Laurent Lachute.
Natasha Podgurney. Natasha will be attending the University of Victoria next year. She is excited to be moving to the island and starting a new adventure. She is the recipient of the McKay Family Scholarship, presented by Miss Shannon Morris. Calum Power. Calum is excited to see what the world has to offer. He plans to take a gap year to work and travel while searching for the next steps of his life. He would like to thank his fellow graduates for the good times and the office staff for the countless late slips. He is the recipient of the Kootenai Columbia Teachers Union Scholarship, presented by Miss Delia Downing. Ireland Price. Ireland is currently enrolled in 2 post-secondary online programs, enabling her to continue working for the Trail Smoke Eaters and to do some traveling before furthering her education at the University of Calgary. She wants to thank all the people who supported her through the last year, especially her mom and dad. She is the recipient of the A.M. Ford Scholarship, presented by Ms. Shannon Morris, and the City of Trail Award, presented by Mayor Colleen Jones. Holden Ratcliffe. Holden is excited to get out of the classroom and pursue a career in fish and wildlife conservation. He will miss his friends at Crowe, but knows that they will stay in touch. He wishes his fellow classmates all the best. Cooper Reed. At this time, Cooper is unsure as to what the future has in store for him. One thing he is certain of is that he will miss his friends and classmates and wishes them all the best in the future. He is the recipient of the Selkirk College Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Aiden Ripplinger. Next year, Aiden plans to be studying at Selkirk College. In his free time, he plans to continue following his passion for basketball through both coaching and playing. Hayden Robertson. In hopes of one day being a general manager of a hockey club, Hayden plans to take a gap year to find a footing. He will miss his friends and fellow graduates and wishes them all the best in the future.
Haley Rosem. Haley plans to take a gap year to continue traveling and see what else life has to offer. She is excited for the next chapter of her life, and she thanks everyone who has supported her along the way. Cristobal Ruiz. Upon graduation, Cristobal will be pursuing the engineering program at Selkirk before transferring to UBCO. He is proud to have met his requirement of English 12, and he will miss free education. He is the recipient of the City of Rossland Health Awareness Award, presented by Mayor Andy Morel. Bianca Scarabozio. Bianca is an exchange student from Italy that has been attending JL Crowe since January. She has really enjoyed learning about Canadian culture and living in Rossland, and wants to thank her host family and all the wonderful people she has met while at JL Crowe. Ava Shalepi. This fall, Ava will be in Vancouver at UBC for the Bachelor of Arts program. She would like to thank her family and friends for always supporting her. She is the recipient of the City of Rossland Award, presented by Mayor Andy Morel, and the McEwen Law Award, donated by McEwen and Company Law Corporation, and presented by Mr. Doug Sperry. Avery Scott. Avery looks forward to her gap year next year to work and travel. In the future, she hopes to further her education and focus on making a career in the medical field. Damien Servatius. Damien is taking a year off to have some fun. After that, he plans to apply to Selkirk College for the plant operator course. Ripley Schubert. Ripley will be attending the University of British Columbia in the Okanagan, where he will be studying in the sciences. He will be concentrating on his studies, but we know he will find time to continue his climbing adventures. He is the recipient of the Environmental Studies Award, donated by the Trail Wildlife Association and presented by Ms. Donna Hebert, the Clister Club Award, donated by the Clister Club Ski Cabin and presented by Ms. Tanya LaFond, the Kootenay Savings Community Foundation Bursary, presented by Mr. Keith Smythe, and the School District 20 District Authority Award. Presley Skilnick. Presley plans to head off to Selkirk College next year for industry and trades training. She says she will miss art class the most, and this includes Mr. Winkers. She wishes her fellow graduates, as well as those after her, the best of luck in the future.
Cassidy Smythe. Cassidy is off to see the world. She will start her traveling adventure in Australia. Although she is very excited to start her new journey, she will miss hanging out with her best friends. Jordy Stroud. This fall will find Jordy in Castlegar, studying at Selkirk College for the Recreation, Fish and Wildlife program. He has fond memories of the Adventure Leadership Academy and the amazing jokes from Mr. Morissette that made Miss Awanku's class livelier. He is the recipient of the Crowe Award, presented by Ms. Donna Hebert, and the Selkirk Paving Bursary, presented by Ms. Tanya Lafond. Lilia Taram. Lilia plans to attend the Culinary Arts program at Selkirk College in the fall. She really enjoyed both her art and textiles classes and is looking forward to the next phase of her life. Keegan Taylor. Keegan plans to attend Selkirk College's Rural Pre-Medicine program next year and is looking forward to the next stage of his life. He is the recipient of the Kootenay Boundary Physicians Association Award, presented by Ms. Dr. Carolyn Stark, the Royal Canadian Legion Branch No. 14 Bursary, presented by Ms. Kim Lafond and Mr. Ray Van Den Nieuwenhof, the Shoppers Drug Mart Award, presented by Ms. Linda Sieb, the BC Lions Scholarship, donated by Selkirk College and presented by Mr. Danny Bradford, and the School District No. 20 District Authority Award. Olivia Teasdale. Liv is planning on moving to Kelowna in the fall to attend UBCO for nursing. She wishes all her fellow grads good luck in their up-and-coming years. She is the recipient of the Beaver Valley Lions Scholarship, presented by Ms. Catherine Ellison and Mr. Ray Givisford, the Chris Buccini Memorial Bursary, donated by the Trail Gymnastics Club, presented by Ms. Erin Shepherd, and the Kootenay Boundary Physicians Association Award, presented by Dr. Carolyn Stark. Haley Thatcher. Haley is off to nursing school in the fall with a huge accomplishment under her belt and a head start to her nursing career after completing the healthcare assistant program this semester through Selkirk College. She is the recipient of the Fraternal Order of Eagles Roslyn, Airy No. 10 Bursary, presented by Mrs. Tanya Lafond.
Taka Turner. Taka plans to attend Selkirk College next year to study liberal arts. He would like to thank everyone who has supported him throughout his high school years. Landon Uslop. Landon plans to take a year off school to follow his passion in the world of hockey. He will be banking some cash as a roofer this summer and is looking forward to seeing where this crazy world takes him. Jackson Wan. Next year, Jackson has options. He is deciding between going to Selkirk College for political science or culinary school or returning to Australia. No matter which road he chooses, Jackson wants everyone to know that he will be doing something. Meadow Weber. Meadow is planning on taking a gap year to travel across Canada. Upon her return, she is planning on going to the University for Business. She is very grateful for everyone who supported her and is proud to be graduating a full school year early. She is the recipient of the Selkirk College Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Evan Weeks. Evan is excited to explore what the world has to offer. He wishes his fellow classmates the best of luck in the future and thanks his teachers and parents for all their support. Parker Weisup. Parker is currently attending Selkirk College, completing his Carpentry Foundations program. His future plans are to get his red seal and continue to work on the farm. To all the teachers that fell for "the cows got out," Parker thanks them for the excused absences. He is the recipient of the Beaver Valley Senior Citizens Branch 44 Award, presented by Ms. Ann Dedmarsh, the Schneider's Building Supplies Award, presented by Ms. Sarah Rathbun, and the Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, Selkirk College, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Cody Wirt. September will find Cody at Selkirk College studying mathematics with 2 eyes, unlike his favorite math teacher. He will miss having 0 responsibilities, but is looking forward to this next chapter. He would like to thank his mother, father, and stepfather Dan for their endless support.
Madison Wasentowicz. Madison is off to culinary school in the fall and taking a business course with aspirations to one day start her own restaurant or catering company. Madison wants everyone to know that she is missing Asteroid City to be here tonight. She is the recipient of the Bear Country Kitchen Award of Culinary Arts, presented by Ms. Donner Hebert, and the Selkirk College Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship, presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. Matthew Weems. Matt both loved and hated high school. His favorite part was hanging with the boys, and least favorite was definitely the schoolwork. Matt plans to avoid going to college for the next 3 months, but will be back in school by October 10th, attending the trades program at Selkirk College in Nelson. Everest Williams. September will find Everest at the University of Victoria studying physical geography and environmental studies. She will miss all of her friendships and Mr. Morsette's amazing dad jokes in the middle of Miss Awonku's classes. She wishes all of the best to her fellow graduates and thanks Purse and Stirp for encouraging her to begin her career in this field. She is the recipient of the Backroad Mapbook Adventure Bursary, donated by Russell Muscio and presented by Miss Brenda Butland, the Columbia Basin Trust Youth Community Service Award, presented by Miss Delia Downing, the Clister Club Award, donated by the Clister Club Ski Cabin, the Roslyn Rotary Protecting the Environment Scholarship, presented by Miss Fiona Martin, and the School District Number 20 District Authority Award. Reese Williams. Reese completed the heavy-duty mechanic program at Selkirk College this year. He plans on getting an apprenticeship in the area and working towards getting his Red Seal certificate. He is the recipient of the Bill Arshenikoff Trade Scholarship, presented by Miss Sarah Rathbun, the Boxing Day Classic Scholarship, presented by Miss Shannon Morris, and the Trail Hockey Society Award. Jaden Zanuzzi. Next year, Jaden will pursue a diploma in business administration at Selkirk College. She then plans to continue her degree in business administration at TRU. Although she will miss her friends, Jaden is excited about this new chapter in her life and hopes to see her friends as often as possible. She is the recipient of the Boxing Day Classic Scholarship presented by Ms. Shannon Morris, the Columbia Power Corporation Bursary presented by Ms. Donna Hebert, the School District No. 20 District Authority Award, and the Board of Governors Early Entrance Scholarship presented by Mr. Danny Bradford. The organization and selection process that brings together all the community contributors and grad recipients involves many people at the school who spend countless hours in bringing this process to its successful conclusion. We would especially like to thank the Scholarship Committee and Mrs. Justine Deadmarsh and the rest of the office staff for their hard work in preparation for these scholarships and awards. Thank you to the donor organizations and representatives here today for their continued support of the scholarship program. Your generosity and recognition is very much appreciated. To the grads of 2023, we offer our congratulations and best wishes for the future. Mr. McKenzie, this completes the scholarship and awards presentation.
Well, Mr. McKenzie lost his bet. It's 3 minutes after, so he's on strike. I told him, this class, they just like to support each other and they're gonna clap a lot, and that's what you did. Congratulations. We have 4 more very special awards to give out tonight, and I am going to call on Ms. Sarah Rathbun to present our Grad Service Award.
Fiona Martin and I were grad sponsors this year, and we would like to present the Grad Service Award to an above-average person.
This grad is above average in many ways: height, knowledge, sociability, and kindness. This person has shown leadership qualities since they first came to Crowe in grade 8, and each year has expanded their sphere of reference.
This person is someone everyone knows and everyone likes. They have great courage, a depth of character, and friendliness no matter the situation. They may be the least biased person in this grad class. They have friends everywhere in the school.
In grad council, this person has volunteered for or participated in every in-school grad activity. When they made a commitment, their follow-through was always guaranteed. They were a voice of reason during discussions and brought different perspectives to the table.
We have very much enjoyed working with this person throughout the grad 2023 year. Without further ado, please congratulate the winner of this year's Grad Service Award, Jessie Graves.
I am honored to be able to present the award for citizenship this year. Being a good citizen at JL Crowe, one must embrace many qualities in their life, including significant leadership skills, a strong moral code, an honest sense of self, and a respectful nature. The winner of this award is a natural-born leader, as she easily accepts the role as if it were made for her. She was the captain of her team and could always be counted on to take care of the girls and lead them in the right direction. Without looking for recognition, this student put in countless hours to volunteer and coach younger students in our building. She was not afraid to put herself out there and make mistakes, and was an excellent role model for the younger generation of student athletes. She made them feel special by seeking them out in the school and recognizing their accomplishments. She is truly someone who is able to connect with everyone she meets and is willing to wear her heart on her sleeve. It is with great pleasure for me to be able to coach this student over the past few years and watch her grow into someone I am very proud of. Please welcome our Jail Crowe Citizenship Award winner, Julia Micasso, to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. In our post-COVID world, we have become much more insular, settling into a world that is introspective and sometimes egocentric. And with little experiential evidence, our post-pandemic existence has left the needs of others, volunteering and giving back to others, lost to another time. Yet, we know the need remains paramount. What is service? The action of helping or doing work for someone, a dedication, a commitment to helping others, to higher standards. It is in this definition that we find how committing oneself to assisting others is often understated. It is also where we find individuals that do step forward, and tonight we recognize them for their determination to make a better world. The person I am about to speak of is flexible, adaptive, with the dedication and ability to stick to the completion of an activity. This individual has a remarkable academic record and a wide-ranging number of interests, including an affinity for the outdoors. You know, while part of the peer mentor group way back in under Mrs. Jones's tutelage in grade 8 and 9, this person's influence began to take hold and could be described as conscientious, inquisitive, fun-loving, and caring. Advancing to grade 11 and 12, the leadership role really began to solidify. This person took on responsibilities that not only were executed carefully, but were completed with panache. There is something about delegating to someone and ending up with a better result than you could have hoped for. Helping to host tournaments, running fundraising events, coordinating and instructing younger students, judging at the 2023 Law Foundation Cup Provincials, all speak of this person's capabilities. And so above all of this, a sense of fun and playfulness attracts additional players who want to take part. Tonight, we commend the following student for her contributions during her 5 years at the Crowe, providing a gift of giving back without conditions. That is service. Please welcome Katie Mountain to accept the 2023 Jail Crowe Service Award.
The Jail Crowe Rose Bowl Award is for the top overall student considering academics, athletics, citizenship, and dedication to community. This year's recipient is an Honor Society student with a 94% average. Throughout her years at Crowe, she has been an outstanding citizen and role model both in the classroom and on the sports field. She has volunteered working with youth in the community and during summer youth camps. She strives for excellence while always maintaining a positive attitude and a sense of humor, even at her own expense. As a team captain and leader in both field hockey and basketball, she has demonstrated compassion, kindness, and generosity with her time and energy, often putting the success of others ahead of her own. Her selection this year to the Canadian Next Gen Field Hockey Squad validates her talent, commitment, and dedication to sport. I'd like to ask Ms. Morris to join me. It's our privilege to present this award to Josie Dunham.
Now's the time, Jesse. I would like to welcome Jesse Graves, the Valedictorian of 2023.
Good evening, guests, faculty, and fellow graduates. It is an honor to stand before you today as the J.L. Crowe grad class of 2023 valedictorian. As we prepare to leave this ceremony today and move on to our lives as adults, it is critical that we reflect upon the past to find success in our future. Together, over the past 12 years, we've spent 11,479 hours of our lives in school. That's a lot. That's more than 479 days spent in classrooms, learning, growing, and forming into the magnificent people we are today. Now, I'd like us all to take a moment to reflect upon this journey to the first day of high school. We were wide-eyed and naive as to what this journey was going to be. That first year was tough. We were the smallest in the school and had to work hard to prove our worth as students, but we persevered. Then, before we knew it, we were in grade 9. That spring, and specifically April 2020, we were hit with possibly the most monumental change of our lives, the COVID-19 pandemic. Up until then, COVID had been merely a news story and a non-factor in most of our lives. I'm sure that for many of us, reality came crashing down when the school canceled the Chaos Olympics in order to align with public health guidelines. For me, that was the moment I began to worry it might be something more than simply a news story. Spring break came and went, but school didn't return in person. Suddenly, our lives got turned upside down. And, to make matters worse, that summer was not a regular summer. There was no socializing with friends, no doing activities or sports we loved, and no seeing family members who we cared for most. After an incredibly difficult and long summer, many of us were looking forward to the return of in-person learning. But when we got back to school, there were several changes we had to adapt to. Wearing masks, constantly applying that awful hand sanitizer, and adjusting to the quarter system all seemed like such insurmountable obstacles at the time. For many of us, the quarter system felt as though it dragged on forever. And although she did her best to keep us entertained, I don't think anything can erase the memory of sitting through 2.5 hours of creative writing with Mrs. Smith. I'm sorry, but that was a lot. One thing, though, that the pandemic learning taught us was different ways to reach out. Some formed group chats about studying with friends, since in-person meetups weren't an option. And families were reunited through family FaceTimes. Most of us had finally perfected learning in this pandemic, and just as we thought we could handle the 2 block days, life threw us another curveball. With the reintroduction of the semester system, students suddenly found themselves overwhelmed with 4 different classes per day, back to back to back to back. Suddenly, everything became really overwhelming. Double the classes, half the time, and none of the leeway we were so kindly afforded during the pandemic. Utilizing both the group chat method formed during COVID and the newly acceptable in-person study groups, most of us found ways to adapt and found success. And that brings us to the last 10 months. Suddenly, we were the most experienced students in the school and had no role models to go to for advice. Upon entering grade 12, we became the role models. We had to adapt to the new role we had been given and lead by example. And this year, both examples and leaders were abundant. In November, Ollie got slushies poured on him to help support the KBRH Youth Mental Health. That looked really cold. Thanks again, Ollie, for being such a great sport about that. And then, in February, Callum made the community Valentine's dance a night to remember by galloping like a horse for what felt like an eternity. My parents still reminisce about how that night was such a great return from the pandemic. And at the grad game show, Andrew showcased his best attributes with his signature skin-tight Spider-Man costume and wowed the crowd with his incredible dance moves. Through thick and thin, our grad class has been able to build a community that has helped us through the many challenges we've encountered. In that community, there are influential people that we must acknowledge, like family, friends, teachers, and coworkers. These people have brought prosperity to our generation and have taught us many valuable lessons over the years. We have learned and persevered, allowing us the honor to walk across this very stage as we are ready to embark in the next stage of our lives. Three weeks ago today, my grandpa, or Papa Jerry as my family knows him, called me to offer congratulations on becoming valedictorian and to offer his 2 cents on this speech. In our conversation, he pointed out that there have been many challenges since he went to school, especially with any technology, and he's tried to keep up with these changes. Yet, he never complained. He adapted and overcame the hindrances that life threw at him. Every generation and person has to be ready for change. It's what makes us stronger. As the class of 2023, we've had our fair share of challenges, but we never face change alone. What I do know is this: those who have achieved great success in life have been able to confront change head-on without turning away. If you've already discovered your passion or purpose, that's fantastic. Embrace it wholeheartedly and pursue it with determination. However, if you find yourself uncertain about your path, that's perfectly fine too. It's natural to be unsure at times, and we've all been there. And for that reason, it is imperative that you dream as though you have nothing to lose. Believe as if though anything is possible. Love as if your heart knows no bounds, and live as if there is only today. Grads, please remove your caps and get ready to throw them in the air. Here's to the class of 2023. Together, we can be anything that we want to be. Thank you.
In closing, we have some thank yous. We have some very hardworking people that put on this graduation ceremony because it's incredibly important. Thank you to Ashlyn and Bella. Justine Deadmarsh in the office at Crowe worked incredibly hard as well. I'd like to say a special thank you to Dion Deadmarsh, Bridget Ferrero, Scholarship Committee, Dara Waterstreet, Mike Morissette, and Stacy Iwankiw. Big thank you to Sam Levitt for all of her efforts with scholarships as well. Thank you to the City of Trail and Jeff Fontes for the sound and the video. Thank you to the SD20 maintenance crew that set this system up today. And a huge thank you to the incredible donors and scholarship providers here tonight. I think they deserve a round of applause. And just a few closing notes. I wish Miss Ferrero a happy retirement. And I'd like to wish Miss Craven, Miss Deb Gala, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Raber, Miss Clocher, Miss Megnon, Miss Kearney, Mrs. Moore, Mrs. Oliver, and Ms. Robinson happy adventures in their next place of work. And on a personal note, I want to thank the staff, students, and parent community of Crowe for making the last 6 years of my career incredible. I would like to thank SD20 for providing me 32 years of great work. I got one more. I'm getting through it. I'd really like to thank my admin team, my wing people. They're always there. And a very special thank you to my family, for Lee, Chloe, Libby, and Joni baby for always supporting me. Thank you for your kindness and support tonight. This concludes the ceremony.